Welcome to the Dugout. The latest from Indian cricket is the Indian men's team has taken flight, would be landing anytime. They're going via Singapore and they'd be reaching Perth. Optus Stadium is the first game, the venue for the first match that is going to be coming away on Sunday. Just a reminder, of course, we're going to be live during that game, mid-innings, post-match analysis. It's going to be a busy Sunday, but it's going to be a busy Sunday because the Indian women's team is going to be playing a very important match against the English team, their nemesis in the past, team that they've have had trouble beating, and now the game assumes a lot of importance considering India have lost now 2 games in a row after having a good start, having beaten Sri Lanka and Pakistan. They've lost 2 games. They've lost to South Africa in a very close chase, and then they've lost to Australia as well in a close encounter. Now, though it's not going to be a must-win game for India, but it's going to be a very crucial game. That's what we're going to be discussing. And our topic is what is wrong with the Indian women's team. And the other big question is now, considering the state that they find themselves in, can they qualify for the all-important semi-final? That's going to be the big question. Shane and Harshit join me, and we're going to hit the first question that we are trying to address. So if Shivam is kind enough, he can tell us what is the first question. And the first question is, can India make the semi-finals?
Short answer, yes. It's still very much in there.
No, is that a fan in you talking, or is it the analyst in you who's being objective?
See, I'm being objective in the sense that if I'm looking at it purely from a mathematical perspective, yes. They have 3 games, win those games, and you're through, no questions asked. That being said.
Yeah, so that was going to be the next question. Of course, if they win the 3 games, they go through. The point is, out of those 3 games, 2 games that they are playing is one against England, and the other, again, a banana peel game in New Zealand.
See, I think England will be the real tough test. I know they've had sort of some good moments in this tournament. They've started very well. They got South Africa all out for 69. They didn't come into the tournament with good form, but they've hit some good form. I think they'll be the toughest. New Zealand, you can still beat. England will be the real tough challenge. And it depends really, I think, on what England turn up well, because they do tend to be a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde kind of a side. So that's another issue that they tend to have. They can be very good one day, they can be not so good the other day, kind of like the men's team, now that you think about it. But I think England will be the challenge. That is the one major match which I'm looking at now, where I'm saying, win this and you're sorted. But if you don't,
that we all know. I want you to put on your thinking hat and tell us, is India making the semi-final? Question number 1 that we are asking.
Yes.
Because you think they're beating England?
Yes, I think they have enough to beat England.
Despite the 2 back-to-back losses?
Yes, despite the 2 back-to-back losses.
What gives me confidence is the fact that when I look at the remaining 3 fixtures for India, not the toughest. The 2 toughest games I think are done with. You would have wanted at least a point, but this is not football, so you would have wanted at least 1 win out of those 2 matches. However, I do think against England, what will go in India's favour is that series win that you had a couple of months back in the lead up to the tournament, that historic series win that you had in England. That I think is going to hold this Indian team in good stead. Also, the fact that I think those matches, the ones that India lost, were against teams that are genuinely vying for the title as well. Not England that much, they're just peaking at the right time. I feel England haven't been having a good run, or they haven't shown a lot of good form coming into the tournament. They're just peaking at the right time. Nat Brandt, if it wasn't for her the other day, they would have lost that match as well. So England is just coming good right now, but overall of what I've seen in the tournament thus far, and given the fact that India playing at home, they had that series win against England, I'm factoring in that too. This break ideally should help the Indian team effectively. It's a 6-day break. You're playing only on Sunday. Putting all things into account and hoping that you've learned from the 2 defeats, narrow defeats for you, I think India should come good eventually. I don't see them probably finishing in the top 2, but they will either get the third spot or the fourth spot.
Okay, before I try and answer our first question that we are asking on the program, can India make the semis? It'll also be advisable for all of us to take a closer look at the points table. That will roughly give us an idea as to where the Indian team stands at the moment. And we also actually wanted to see New Zealand, but somehow we missed that as well. So if we can get New Zealand in our points table, I'll be very thankful to our producer, because without that it's really tough for us to be looking at as to what. But right now what I'm seeing is that India are sitting with 4 matches, 4 points. Above them South Africa with 6, England tied with them for 6, but remember England have played a game less, and there is Australia sitting pretty with 4 games and 7 points. So on the face of it, it doesn't look like India has fallen far behind, but as I see it, it might just boil down to and I'm looking at England, and as Harshit points out and as Shane also pointed out, that they see India beating England, and I see no reason why India should not beat England, but I'm looking at that game as 50-50 sort of a game for me. So I'm also looking as the worst case scenario, and if the worst case scenario then is that India were to lose to England, you could have a scenario where India New Zealand will be a virtual quarter final. It's a possibility. Now if we take a look at the table, we've got New Zealand there, and New Zealand have 3 points from 4 games. Now they look a step behind India, but as I see it, I mean, if you can tell me what are the games that are coming up for New Zealand, I think New Zealand now have easier games coming up. They'll consider themselves a bit unlucky that they had to share that point because of rain versus Sri Lanka, I think, and that is the point that they would have fancied.
Yeah, see, there's actually they have 2 tough games because New Zealand, I think the only easy game for them is Pakistan. That's their next game. After that, they play India and England. So all of the contenders seem to be facing each other at just this particular time, business end of the tournament.
So New Zealand would not know their fate, but for India, it would be a must-win game. So
potentially,
assuming, let's say, if for India, the worst-case scenario I'm looking at, if you were to lose to England, then you will have no option but to beat New Zealand. I think it'll just boil down to that. Of course, New Zealand might look at it a different way, and then because they have games coming up after that, they may look at it differently. But for India, it'll be a must-win game if they have to go forward. But I'd have to agree with my 2 colleagues. And now, coming back as to answering the question, I do see the Indian team make the semi-final. I know that they've been a bit below par in the 2 games that we saw, but I'll put a lot of that down to the fact that India lost the toss, and both games in Vizag, very dependent on the toss, and chasing is always better. I know that there will be a lot of talk about Indian bowlers giving away a lot of runs, but I think it was also because they were finding it very tough to grip the ball. If you see those matches, the ball was constantly getting wet, and it became tougher because when you're watching on TV, it gets frustrating. Oh, why she bowled a full toss, or why is this long hop and is not landed in the right place? And so that is one, to get the ball to land where you want. And couple of times when India batted, not the second game, but the first game versus South Africa, when they were batting, the pitch was much slower. And as the dew settled in, the pitch became a bit quicker, and De Klerk then had the opportunity to play her strokes towards the end. Good on her, taking no credit away from South Africa, because she waited for a chance, waited for, when they needed to attack, and the ball became wet, it started coming onto the bat, the pitch became wet. So that was to their advantage, but I'm guessing it will not be like that throughout the tournament from here on. India will get a bit lucky with the toss. So as I see it, they should be able to beat both New Zealand and England, but provided they do not panic, provided they play according to the talent that they have. So that's the first question answered. Can India make the semi-final or not? And we are all unanimous.
Unanimous, yes.
That's a rare thing.
Rarity.
Before I go to the question number 2, I don't know what the Indian team must be feeling, but I believe that they've been utilizing this time well in the middle.
Divine blessings.
Yes, they've been seeking some divine intervention or seeking some blessings. They are, of course, at the MAHAKAL temple in Ujjain. So there's a lot of visuals. In fact, we have them out
Where
on
is
the
India's
channel.
next game?
Sunday.
No, where?
Indore.
No, so of course, that's how
Close by.
they went.
Close by.
So no, otherwise I would be like, from Vizag you've gone all the way to...
You're done with the Vizag leg.
Because you had 2 matches in Vizag and now both are done.
But again, if you look at it, that's a great place where you would want to chase. And India, unfortunately, both games did not get a chance to chase.
Yeah.
So they'd be hoping that, law of averages, we win a toss, we get a chance to chase. That's not going to happen in...
There's Shikhar Dhawan and Suryakumar Yadav also, right? In this very week
everyone,
visiting... In this very week, I'm saying, visiting...
Yes, Sky went with his wife, yes.
And his sister, I heard.
And sister.
No, that... So you think they are seeking divine blessing generally because they are there? Because everyone who goes there? Or they also think that now they need...
Possibly a bit of both.
Also, you've got time. There are teams that play golf in that time. There are teams that want to visit a temple. What's...
Yeah, anything that works.
Yeah, anything.
Anything that takes them there. It's Diwali season anyway.
Correct.
So anything that can help them reach there. So you can see Harleen Deol, Harmanpreet, Sneh Rana, all of them. Deepti, I can see all of them went.
I spotted Renuka Singh Thakur also. She's probably praying for a chance to get into the team.
She got a chance. She got a chance to play in one game.
And that's it.
Yeah, but I think that she played because
there was something up with Amanjot.
Amanjot was injured. Correct. Yeah. Amanjot was injured, and that's how she got a chance to play. Okay, let's head to our question number 2, and that is the other big question that we're asking on the program. Should India rethink their 5-bowler strategy? And that takes me
time to address the question given that we just spoke of bowlers.
Renuka Singh Thakur. Yes.
That's what I said.
There is Radha as well. You can look at.
Yes, left arm spinner.
Yeah, but you have to rethink this strategy. Absolutely. There is no way in this day and age in modern white ball cricket you play with only 5 options. It's not test cricket. And considering your 6th bowling option is Harmanpreet, even more of a reason that you need a 6th bowler. Harman at best should be your 7th bowler at this point in her career. You need a 6th bowler, and it's also very ironic considering you have so many all-rounders, yet you only have 5 bowling options. How does that work? 3 of your 5 bowlers are all-rounders. How is that working? The math in itself is not mathing in my head. They need to come up with some solution, and ideally, if not Radha, I think the spin department is good. You need Renuka Singh Thakur in that team pronto. Like right now, you needed her yesterday.
When I was very clear that you have to get back Renuka Singh Thakur into the squad is when I saw that South Africa match, because that time a young Kranti Kaur was caught off guard. That situation, the World Cup stage, high stakes encounter, and what is it that you felt of that bowling attack, which was struggling, by the way, to find a solution to that duo over there. There were way too many looseners. Is the inexperience, and that is where you need a Renuka Singh Thakur. Yes, she's been in and out of the side, a bit out of favour as well, but you need her back. Or if conditions are to go her way, you know that she can really get the ball to swing, and you need her for that reason.
Yeah, actually, the other reason she's been in and out of the team is because she had a long injury layoff. So ideally, you need to be playing her. How do you get your best bowler back into rhythm? By playing them. Simple.
My questions to the two of you, who, by the way, I think that this is fine. 5 bowlers, and I'll give you reasons for that. Why? One, I think if you saw, and I think before this tournament started, I picked India as one of the favourites to win this. I would never say that previously because Australia were just on another level, and England also, I would say almost at our level or maybe marginally ahead. And then I thought South Africa, New Zealand, India at the same level. So England just marginally ahead, Australia in a different stratosphere completely. This World Cup, when it started, I actually put India and Australia almost at the same level, looking at the results that the Indian women's team had achieved in this lead up. And now, if you look at that good stint that they've had, also a decent series versus Australia before the World Cup started. You spoke about the England series. I think they were playing those 5 bowlers. So in that ODI format, where they're playing those 5 bowlers, I think it is kind of working for them. Also, if you look at it, your problem has been your batting, and it's been your extra batter that has been bailing you out. If it has been Amanjot sometime, it has been Richa Ghosh at other occasions, and lower order contributions from some batter. That's really helping you out, and that's what has been helping you put up a target where you're fighting till the last of the second last over. So now how do you drop a batter to accommodate a bowler? Now, yes, you could argue that bring Renuka Singh Thakur, and then by that, I don't know, you go Kranti Kaur goes out, or whoever. I don't know who also was good in the first 2 games, by the way. That will be another way to look at it. But how do I make that thing, especially when I've realized that my lower order batters have done? And now if you take a look at other teams as well, Australia too.
They bat till 9.
And it's the batters who saved them. I mean, on that occasion versus Pakistan, they were 70 for 7.
Yeah, Beth Mooney.
Beth Mooney comes up.
Alana King. Oh, who
Alana
also was
King
a
on
batter,
occasions
by
has come up.
No, but-
South Africa versus India, you had a situation where their lower order is coming
I
into
think it's
chipping
been
in.
the trend of this tournament.
That's
thus
what I'm saying.
far.
How do you sacrifice
I
a
was
batter?
looking at numbers because it's just about India. It's how all teams have fared so far, where lower order contributions in terms of averages have been higher in comparison to some of the previous World Cups. India, of course, have been bailed out by Richa, but you also saw Nadine de Klerk with that knock took that match away from you. So somehow it's been that. It's been an undercurrent of sorts right through this tournament.
So you were reinstating my point that I don't think you can now change, especially the formula that's worked for you. And that takes me to the question I wanted to ask. How many bowlers were India playing in the 2023 ODI World Cup? 5, including a Hardik.
But that changed. That changed after Hardik was gone.
No, you don't play 5.
Yeah.
You played 5?
5?
Yes. Open the scorecard.
So see,
Open the scorecard.
what I do remember from that time is, yes, Hardik was your 5th till the time that Bangladesh game that he was there.
Open the final scorecard.
And then, okay, let's just have a look. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Just
makes
saying,
more
there
sense.
is no point speculating when you can see it. I want to know how many bowlers were India playing.
See, there was Shami, there was Bumrah, there was Kuldeep, there was Jadeja, and there was Siraj.
That's it.
Are you actually playing 5?
Yeah.
Your 6th bowling option went because you... right. I remember why. Because you
Because of
sacrificed
Sky-
both your
Yeah,
all-rounders.
Yes, but my point is, you played 5 bowlers. And you had a great amount of success reaching the final. That was that one bad day that you had. My point is, it's a formula that even the Indian men's team was operating with 5 bowlers. And in all of those 5 bowlers, there is a Ravindra Jadeja who's an all-rounder too. Right, so it is something that you can go with. Yes, I'm with you if you say that change the quality of a bowler. You maybe want to get Radha Yadav in, the left arm spinner. Spinners have been doing well for you. I don't know if that, or you want to get Renuka Singh Thakur, but who do you get them in place of? And if you want to play the 6th bowler, who's the batter you're going to drop?
Perhaps one of the
Give us
middle order
a-
ones.
Give us a solution.
Sadly, it'll be one of the middle order batters. Because
Who?
they've
Jemima?
been-
Jemmy
Possibly.
maybe, yeah.
But I
Possibly.
don't know. Can you go? I don't know if I'm going to be dropping.
I could
Jemmy?
consider, because I think that there is a bit of a temperament issue over there. And
She had a good knock last match. She played a very good knock.
last match?
Last
yes,
match?
yes, against Australia.
I seem to recall her the 33 of 21.
Yes.
Prior to that...
Prior to that, there
You
were
are
no good
watching the same
contributions.
tournament.
Yeah.
No, but prior to that, she was
But
getting out
I
to sweep
agree.
shots.
I agree. I'm saying last match.
Last match she was fine. Yeah.
So
no
then
two
I'm
ways
saying,
about
how
it.
do you? Those are very crucial runs.
But South
She
Africa
was
match
the
as well,
one-
I think it was a 4-ball duck.
I'm not getting to the South Africa. I said last match.
Yeah, see, if it's about taking a call at this point in the tournament, I don't think it'll be a harsh call per se. I know she's a mainstay in this side, but I don't think she's pulling her weight.
There are 2 players then, because I think even Harleen, unfortunately, there are a lot of question marks over strike rates. Last match was fine, but if you go back some games, she was operating a strike rate of 50, which even in previous generations of ODI cricket was considered
And
slow.
Jemmy was the highest strike rate, those 31 of 160 strike rate almost, which is unheard of. in
No,
cricket.
I'm a big fan of Jamie. I really like watching her play when she's playing at her best. This tournament,
See, the
peaks have
thing is that batting lineup, as I'm saying, I mean, now with your 2 openers, Harleen at 3, Harman 4, Jamie at 5, Richa 6, Amanjot 7, and that is your batting per se. Dipti,
Yeah.
I'll still go with a bowler, right? She's an all-rounder, yes, but that is your batting. I don't think I can afford to drop anyone. Your batting then becomes thin, and in today's day and age, you have to play. You can switch your bowlers. I again go back to that thing, and I think there is a bit of a disagreement within the team, because what I heard from the coach, he kind of hinted that we may have to relook that strategy.
Yeah.
And then what I heard from the captain in Harman, she said, no, this is what has worked for us, we'll continue. So they're going to have discussions over it, I know, but I don't think you need to press the panic button now. I think 5 bowlers is the way to go. That is what has got you success. As I said, you got unlucky in those 2 games that you had to be defending a total with due, and these 2 games should not really make you press the panic button. Follow your processes, which has worked for you. Go with that batting order. Sooner or later, you'll have a win on the cards. And then see, it's about making the semis. Then it's about 2 good games. And in those 2 good games, if you are playing in a place with a lot of dew, you are chasing. That's a chance. I don't think this Indian team seems inferior to anyone at the moment. I'm even putting Australia there.
This Australia team, definitely, I think this is the most mortal they've ever looked.
Yeah.
Let's be very fair.
Lucky versus Pakistan.
Very.
This India game, had they got 350, which they should have, it's a game you should have won.
Lucky against Pakistan, because again,
not lucky as in on a day like that. I'm saying if it wasn't Pakistan, I'm telling you, if they were 70% for India, they wouldn't have let them off from there.
Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah.
It's just that, and from there the way Pakistan chased as well. It's not.
Also, see, one thing on the outside, we knew moment that total crossed 200, match gone
Pakistan
from
would have
Pakistan's grip.
understood.
Exactly.
They had to close it out at 120, 130, given what they had achieved. Ideally, that's exactly what should happen in today's match as well. But you never know.
But India, let's say from 77, even if they allowed them to come back, would have chased it also.
200 odd was
That's
not
what
a
I'm
tough
saying.
total.
Yeah.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. They got lucky in that sense that they had the worst day against a team where they could afford to and still win.
Too many teams having a bad day against Pakistan, and Pakistan still not winning.
Yeah.
That tells you everything you need to know.
Okay, question 3. You guys did a video on that as well. Social media is a buzz, and the question is Harman's captaincy under threat?
Yes, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I think the problem has been with her is that her entire tenure at this point has been determined by near misses. And I mean, I'm counting 2017, even though she wasn't captain then, but she did have that very good knock. I think it was against Australia only.
Yes.
That knock
Changed women's cricket in India.
Exactly. That knock, which pretty much put the game on the map all of a sudden for a lot of Indians. Unfortunately, you've had too many near misses since then, and a lot of them against Australia. You had 2020, the T20 World Cup, was it the Asian Games? So you've had one too many, and I think come what may, let's assume India can somehow turn their form around and even win from here. I think they might just be tempted to tell her, thanks very much, but we'll move to a new captain.
While it may not be a very good comparison, I'm just saying, like, it's like the bottom line, it's an unsaid truth. You're looking past Surya, regardless of what happens in 2026. It's got to be that with Harmanpreet as well, regardless of what happens. And there is merit in looking past Harman, is what I feel. I do have doubts about her leadership and her temperament. While we know that she's very curt, she's very straightforward, those are qualities.
Did you see the yelling that Harleen got?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Saw that?
So
boy.
And the backroom behavior is only so much that we know of, but we've seen too much happen on field with Harman as well.
That series against Bangladesh.
She's clattered the stumps with her bat. She's had fights with teammates. She's had arguments with umpires.
But then that sometimes you have,
and then the philosophy,
captains in male
the
cricket,
philosophy mismatch as well.
Fine.
No,
I don't appreciate that aggression.
I don't appreciate it on her part to go ahead and blame a teammate for her loss as well. She's done that blatantly. So those are things again those are not qualities of a good leader in my view. And if that leader with some past heroics is still not able to get you results and not able to get the best out of herself as well, form's not good for her too. I think these are enough reasons for you to look past.
I think I agree there's pressure and there's enough chatter, and I also think that you need to hold the Indian women's team also to that high standard. Now they are being paid and being looked at in a similar way as the men's team, so they need to be scrutinized at that level as well. If the Indian men's team had these 2 back-to-back losses, we would have been all over them.
Yeah.
And I think by the same yardstick, I think you need to scrutinize the women's team as well, and the captain will have to face the heat. And I think it's justified, the criticism that's coming Harman's way. Also, what's not help is her form with the bat, and then the same dismissal, same place, getting caught in point, and the soft dismissals both occasion. She's the most talented, and I still feel that the day it's her day, you're not losing the game. That's for sure. There can be other players on their day also. India might end up losing a match. It's happened already. On her day, 90%, 95% you're winning, because that she will bat at a level where it will be tough for any team to match her. So she has those abilities. I'm a big fan of her batting. But as I said, you have to be held to that standard. So I think this tournament, and I don't want to add to the noise while a tournament is on, it's never ideal for a team to perform. All of us would want this team to become the first time winners of a World Cup. It'll be game changing for the women's team, just as her one knock changed, that semi-final knock which took them to the final. If they win the tournament, how much women's cricket is going to change her. So you'd want that to happen, but I think this tournament is then going to decide her future. Even if you lose the semi-final, it'll be considered as a failure. Nothing less than a final spot at least would be looked at as something that this team needs to do. Final then is a one-off game, whether you win or lose, but at least minimum that you're looking at playing at home is a place in the final, and I think she'll be judged on that. Again, she'll need to fire with a bat, and as a leader as well. I spoke about that, Harleen, because I feel that after the yelling that she got, she panicked, and then she gets out in that form. Tries to play. Of course, Harman got out before that, and then Harleen playing that shot. But I think it just, in the middle of a game, because of a run, you get yelled at like that. I just thought that she just lost her balance after that, and all of those things then are going to be looked at as you go forward. Anyway, the jury is out on that. We'll quickly take some questions if we have any before we wind up. Righto then. Mr. Shekhar.
Who's finally changed his profile picture.
Profile page. Well done on that. He says, Nick sir, have you come across a more ruthless duo than Gigi Agarkar? To be honest, loving them. He's loving them. Okay. When it comes to going past proven greats, even Mohinder Ramanathan couldn't topple a figure like MS when team wasn't doing well.
No, but there was an obvious caveat to that MS had just happened to be backed by the president.
Yeah.
Very powerful man.
Amarnath also was very. So was Dilip Vengsarkar. So was Sandeep Patil, by the way, who had the courage to, let Sachin know. Previously as well, the selection committee, when they had the conversation with even Saurav Ganguly, is what I believe. So tough calls have been taken by previous selectors, but as I said, I'm happy to note that, we may agree or disagree, but the problem should not be that you have a weak chairman or selector who can't. As I said, Gautam Gambhir, Ajit Agarkar also want the best for Indian cricket. Correct. I also want it. Shane also, or Ashit also. Our viewpoints are separate. We think by backing this player is the best. I'm sure they also think, but for them, let's say moving on from a certain player is the best decision from Indian cricket, and there are arguments to be made both ways. But what you would like is for that selector to go with his vision and the coach to go with their vision, and I think they've both done that, and for that, hats off. One of the most strongest, and that's how it should be. Actually, sport is like that. You see in football also, we all love a lot of players. Tough managers take a call.
I'll give you a good example. England recently qualified for the World Cup. They just sealed their qualification. For the 2 matches that they had to play for the qualifiers, do you know who Thomas Tuchel dropped? Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Jude.
Alex Ferguson, David Beckham.
Oh, several before that. Jab Stam and the likes all fell afoul of him. Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Correct. Yeah.
Rajesh Singh says the Indian women's bowling lineup is worse than Bangladesh. No. You have not watched Bangladesh play.
But Bangladesh has been unlucky, 2 games.
They've been unlucky for 2 games.
So close.
Yeah.
But I agree. See, again, it's the pitches that you're playing. They were bowling in those tough conditions. I'm saying that it wouldn't have been easy.
No.
And I spoke to some people who were there at the ground. It was really tough. But sometimes, of course, nothing succeeds as success. So results really matter. And had India been chasing, result could have been different. Again, I'm just giving benefit of the doubt. But again, end of the day, we'll see how far they go in the tournament, and they'll be judged like that, like any other team is.
Dhanush says that Smriti is the main reason for the women's team not winning anything. With all the hype, she's failed in big matches. He cited examples of 2017 World Cup semi-final and the 2020 T20 World Cup final, 2022 CWG final and the 2023 T20 World Cup semi-final.
I mean, it's a fair assessment. He's not entirely wrong, but I wouldn't say that she's the main reason.
Yeah.
A lot of players, there have been collective failures on that day. I've watched a lot of those matches.
You've seen a lot of collapses in all of these matches that you've talked about.
I'm just happy that she's showing the form which has made her the number 1 batter.
Yeah, the kind of form we saw from her in the Australia series.
Even the England series, I think she was fairly good.
Yeah. Okay, Sarat Chandra is saying, Nikhil sir, knowing this is dynamic duo of Gigi and Agarkar who are called ruthless, can they bring back Jaiswal if Gill continues to fail in T20 as like he did in the Asia Cup, or is he certified till the T20 World
He's
Cup?
certified. He's the vice captain.
But again, if you're ruthless, then I don't think it will happen so fast. as in till the T20 World Cup. But if the T20 also World Cup doesn't go your way, then you should look at. You did that with your stalwarts as well. You've done that with Hardik also, who was a captain, has been moved because of his injury. I'm sure you can take that call here.
Sure, you can.
Yeah.
It's not entirely impossible. But I'm just saying, I don't think they'll cut it that short also.
Yeah, it's in Feb. You're just 4 months
Also,
away. So.
it's in India.
Yeah.
See, things would have been tricky if you were playing in Australia, if you're playing with this World Cup in, I won't say England, maybe South Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surya also not till the World Cup.
Not till then. I think everything now is basically on hold till the World Cup because you've locked in. It's that simple.
On Surya, will also the age factor will also come in.
No, but till the World Cup, you're not moving anything.
After the World Cup, I'm saying.
Yeah. Ashish Chandelier is saying Indian women can beat any team in the world on the skill level, but what they lack against team like Australia is fitness and agility, and it comes down to women lacking role models like VK, MST.
I don't know. I don't think fitness agility is my main problem. I think temperament.
Yeah.
Big games, they tend to just switch off.
We saw
They
Jemmy
fold.
take that wonderful catch the other day, such a good catch. Kranti got with that reflex action catch against South Africa. Again.
Harman as well, quite fit. That
Fitness is
but
there and all of them.
temperament, clearly. Again, you were mentally short and out of ideas in the game against South Africa and against Australia. With Australia, it's the scars of the past. You get that feeling even as a fan, I feel. And now it just percolates to both men's and women's cricket.
Okay, we've got Anit Sadhu saying dressing room will be interesting when GG as coach and Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli return to dressing room. I completely agree with you. We've already seen some images today of Rohit meeting Gill for the very first time.
You seem
Gill
pretty happy.
meeting Virat for the very first time. Yeah. Don't change that, Shivam. There are many questions we want to take. No, they were there on top, please. So, we did see those images of
Warm hugs, big smiles.
Yeah. What do you
Long
make of
expected
that?
long expected lines.
Fine.
I mean, see, if there's one thing we've largely seen with Rohit, he doesn't seem to be the most egotistical person around. I mean, I don't know what it's like behind the scenes, but in public, he's never been the type who drag anyone down. Never.
I can't name any
But
such
see, again,
cricketer.
as I said yesterday in Adar, it's not. They both are not going to be the happiest at the moment. with
No,
what's
for
happened.
sure. For
And with the
sure.
noise that's been made, they'll come perform. It'll be an amiable sort of environment where you're not disrespecting anyone, but it also won't be like
Brotherhood sort of a thing.
like
No,
eat
no.
cholas from my plate.
No.
Like share that won't happen.
That's not happening.
Alfredo Darian, right?
Yeah.
Is asking Neil sir, if India don't win this World Cup, then would you sack Harman as captain? I think I answered that question, and I think I think to a large extent that would be. And then also it's a new cycle. You'd want to look ahead.
Plus,
going
you've
forward.
got so many younger players coming in. Ideally, you might want to actually refresh certain departments.
Yeah. Okay. Priyanshu. You can say it's true that Norman Chachu of Pakistan just 1 month younger than. But he's going to be 40. But what a spell, yeah. Whatever said and done, what a spell. It's given us some sort of idea as to how and what sort of pitches we should be preparing for South Africa when they turn up. I think the spinners were on top of them. So,
That we've seen for 2 series now.
Yeah. Rajiv Ranjan says huge difference between Australian women versus other women's team. But Rajiv, I think that was the case till about 2-3 years ago, till very recently. I think that gap has really been reduced. I think they're on that even keel. Previously, I would say that you need a minor miracle to beat them. Now, I don't think that's the case. On good days, you'll beat them.
I mean, Pakistan almost brought them to their knees.
India also, I said, if you had just had the toss had gone the other way around, who knows? Would have been a different result.
Absolutely.
That's what I think. Could be wrong. Chalo, on that note, we'll take your leave. Thank you. Okay, one final question. Anshu Mishra. So biggest heartbreak moment was when Vinesh was unfairly denied her Olympic medal. That happened to the Harish Salve fought that. Why as a journalist government did not do anything? Arey, Anshu, you
Rules,
didn't watch our... No. Also, did you not see our coverage? We did the most extensive and exhaustive coverage of any platform. And even though if I say it myself, I don't think anyone covered it as much as we did. Also, we were the first one to break a lot of stories. The fact that she's going to the court. Sports Today was the first one to break
Court
that
of
story.
arbitration for sport.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then Harish Salve is joining her team. We were the first ones to break that story. Nobody had that as well. What is the argument that Harish Salve will be presenting at that first ones to? Even though I still remember when I broke that story about Harish Salve, our own legal reporter who got in touch with Harish Salve denied it. But then, of course, accepted it 6 hours later. But we covered it very extensively. In fact, after she made those claims, the explainers that we did as to where what she is saying when she became a politician and what the reality was, also was, something that everyone quoted in terms of what really happened and the allegation then that Vinesh made when she came here. We also supported her in that entire thing and put forward the case. But at the end of the day, we explained, just go back and see our coverage. What really happened was they followed the rules. You can't. They
were real sticklers for it. You can't fault them for that.
Correct.
These weight cutting things are brutal, sure, but that's just how it is.
Ask Aman.
No, because he said, why didn't we guys do anything? We, as I said, we were at the forefront of giving you that news.
But there's only so much. Our job was to give the news.
Our job is to give the news, so
Yeah,
we did
we're
that.
not-
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
Unfortunately,
So
not in the
I
business
can
of
only-
activism, and even as activists, you can't bend the rules. Simple as that.
Correct.
You can make a government bend, but you can't change the rules of a sport.
Exactly. All videos are there. You can check it out. It never goes.
Go back a year prior.
Nishal Shetty saying India may have lost match 2, but they played quality cricket. I liked their energy on the field, especially against Australia. Just needed to close out games when the opportunity comes. Exactly what I said, Nishal.
Yes.
Completely agree with you. Before we wind up, Priyanshu says, Nikhil sir, आपका कुर्ता का party में entry में? I am wearing a kurta. Is
It's
this
a
not
short
kurta?
one. No, I think actually for off screen it'll be much tougher to gauge. It looks like a shirt.
Please.
It's a short kurta, guys. It's a thing. Trust me.
Indo-Western.
It's
You
not
want to talk,
Western at
man.
all.
Indo-Western.
You are Indo-Western. This is not. This is an Indian kurta ka company. You can see the.
I'm
thing.
sure. I believe
Western
you.
anything at all.
I believe you.
It's a typical, regular. Those handicraft places. It's that. It's from a handicraft store where, these cooperative,
Yeah.
where women from rural areas make it from there. Where is Western in this? No, exactly.
Other way around, but
Vocal for
sure.
Vocal. It says
the
nothing
other way
Western
around.
about it.
Vocal for
Nothing. Vocal for local.
local. Local for.
He said, I just repeated.
Battle of Mothers.
Mother from another brother.
Okay. Take care, guys.
you.
On
Bye
that
bye.
note,
See you
it's
tomorrow.
time for the kurta party.
Yeah.
Bye.